Here's why you buy your multifamily first and not a single family. Okay. So listen to this. If you use your 3.5% down for your single family on a $100,000 single family, that's $3,500 down payment. Oh, look at me. I got a house for $3,500. Okay. But then you come to this webinar, you say, Jullien, I want to be a multifamily real estate investor now. Little did you know is that you're going to have to put 25% down for a non-owner occupied multifamily home. If you do not live in the property, it's going to be 25% down. So 25% down on that $300,000 property is $75,000. So let's add up those two down payments and watch this. That's $78,000 worth of down payment. Okay. Now watch this. Get your mind blown emojis ready. I'm going to answer questions live at the end, family. I see you asking questions. Everybody, please hold your questions, copy them, paste them on a Word document, on a note, and I'm going to answer questions live at the end. Okay. I got to get through the presentation first, which is the reason people came. And any miscellaneous questions about the presentation or otherwise, I will answer at the end. Is that fair? Is that cool, everybody? I'm just seeing tons of questions in the chat. I know you're excited. I know you want to learn, right? But I'm literally teaching 1,000 people right now. So I can't just run off down this road with you when these 1,000 people came here for a specific reason, which was to learn these 6 strategies, all right? It would actually be selfish if I just went down that road with you while 999 other people just were waiting for me to come back. So I'm going to answer questions live at the end. Is that clear? All right, cool. Back to the lecture at hand. So watch this, y'all. If all we did was change the sequence, watch what happens to the total down payment, y'all. Watch this. If we put 3.5% down on our multifamily first, look at the total down payment, $10,500. Then after living there for 1 year, which is the FHA requirement, then we put 25% down on our single family, which is actually not required if it's a single family that you're going to live in. But just to keep the numbers consistent, 25% down on that $100,000 property is only $25,000. So now the total down payments for the same 2 properties is only $35,000. The same 2 properties you now control for half the money. Did y'all catch that? All we did was change the sequence. The numbers don't lie. There's no magic tricks here, family. All we did was change the sequence. All we did was get off the American dream. And you can see how much easier it is for you to acquire multiple properties than for you to get your single family first and then try to buy multifamily. Literally half the money, $43,000 difference. It would take some of you 4 years to save up an additional $43,000. I literally just saved you 4 years if you're able to save $1,000 a month. Okay. So this is the key to knowing the play to run. So this is how we would use FHA. So basically, for those of you who are renting, right now you're renting, you're paying $1,000 a month. The landlord takes that $1,000, that $4,000, okay? They pay their $2,000 mortgage. They pocket the other $2,000, and they use that for their single family home or for their lifestyle, right? And so now what you want to do is you want to acquire a 4-plex, right? Or a triplex like I did in Brooklyn. Now you're living in this unit for free, right? You're receiving $3,000 in rent, right? You're receiving $3,000 in rent from the other units. But guess what? On top of that, you're no longer paying rent anymore. So that's actually $4,000 in your pocket. So you now take that, you live here for 1 year, okay, which is the FHA requirement. Then you go you pay your mortgage of $2,000. Then you go buy the single family home that you desire. Now you move a tenant into the unit that you are in. Now you're receiving $4,000 from this property, right? Plus the $1,000 from no longer paying rent anymore. And now you pay the $2,000 mortgage over here and the $2,000 mortgage over here. Now you have 2 properties, a 4-plex and a single family. And you went from paying negative $1,000 in rent every single month to now having 2 properties, a 4-plex plus your single family, and an additional $1,000 in your pocket every single month. And literally this can happen in under 2 years. If you lock in and get focused, you can get your rent and mortgage freedom in 3 months if you lock in. But then after fulfilling the 1 year FHA requirement, then in about 15 months or more, you can actually have the single family that you desire and you're not even paying for it. So you went from paying negative $1,000 every single month and having nothing to show for it to now having 2 properties, a 4-plex and the single family that you desire, plus $1,000 in your pocket, positive cash flow. Are y'all grasping this? Okay. So most people, after they get their first multifamily home, they're like, I want to get my single family home now. Matt and I say, I didn't buy my first single family home until I had 20 doors. We encourage you not to buy your first single family home until you have 10 doors. Okay. And so did you know that you can use FHA twice? Did you know that you could use FHA twice? You can use FHA multiple times. I can use FHA twice. How, Sway? How, Sway? Yes, you can, right? So instead of buying a single family, we actually want you to go buy a triplex, okay? After the fourplex, and then a duplex, and then your single family. This is the 4-3-2-1 strategy, okay? And the reason why is that a lender, if you go from a single family and then you tell them that you're going to buy a triplex, they see that as a downgrade and they don't believe you. They don't believe you. Why would you do that? You're just trying to use the FHA program to get over on us and to acquire an investment property. We don't believe that that's what you're really going to do. And so we're not going to lend to you. But if you were going from a fourplex down to a triplex, or a triplex down to a duplex, or a duplex down to a single family home, they see that as an upgrade to your life. Now, this is an upgrade from a wealth standpoint, but from the lender's perception and the FHA guidelines perception, they see this as a downgrade. So it becomes very difficult for you to get financed for a multifamily home that is greater, it has more doors than the one you're currently living in, okay? So all my single family buyers, if you feel you messed up, type messed up. I'm not doing this to shame you. I'm doing this to educate all the renters that are here. Renters, just look at the chat real quick. Renters, look at the chat real quick. I hope y'all are seeing this. You got about 60 single family buyers who are telling you anonymously that they messed up. Do not follow in my footsteps. Now, some of y'all gonna be hard-headed. You're gonna do what you do anyways. I wish you the best. But you literally have 60 or 70 single family buyers saying, do not do what I did. Renters, are you seeing this? Renters, are you seeing this? Okay. Now, again, for those of you who bought single family homes, you're not stuck unless you choose to be. There are 6 ways to reverse yourself out of the situation. Only 2 of them require you to sell. And there are 5 ways to use FHA twice. Okay. So how do I use FHA twice? Here are some of the strategies. 1, relocation. They have a 100-mile rule. If you move over 100 miles away from your current property, you can use FHA again. If you increase in family size and the single family that you bought no longer fits or suits your family, you can use FHA again. If you are vacating a jointly owned property due to divorce or something like that, you can use FHA again. If you are non-occupying co-borrower, meaning that you bought a home for an aging parent or something like that, then guess what? You can use FHA again. So these are some of the strategies within the guidelines that allow you to use FHA another time. So you are not stuck unless you choose to be, all right? So FHA will not insure more than one property as a principal residence for a borrower, except as noted below. FHA will not insure a mortgage if it is determined that the transaction was designed to use FHA mortgage insurance as a vehicle for obtaining investment properties. Even if the property to be insured will be only one owned using FHA mortgage insurance. The property must be owner occupied for at least a year. So when you are talking to a lender, family, never, ever, 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 ever use the word investor or investment. Never use the word investment property when you are trying to get an FHA mortgage. Don't use it.